right, it's time for What's Up and About, where we pick a story on social media and we just get to talk about it. Now, it's a very interesting one. I'll let Roma give us a little breakdown on the story.
All right, so good morning. Good morning, Winfrey.
Morning.
All right, so today's story is about the fire incident that happened at the UBA bank yesterday.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people think that it's the main building. Everyone knows the big UBA building
Marina.
in Marina, but it's I think it's an Afriland tower with a 6-story building. I saw the videos of so many people jumping out of it. And the first question was, how did the fire start, right? So it started from an inverter room in the building. And there was a lot of damage. There was a car that was parked that was also completely burnt out. You know, and which begs the question, what do we really do to ensure that we protect ourselves from fire incidents? And the reason why I'm asking that is because we hear a lot of fire incidents happening in Lagos Island. This is not the first, this is not the second, and why are we not doing so much more to ensure that, you know, we keep it in?
Yeah, if you're watching if you're watching this right now, that is it on video. We just showed you guys a clip, just so you can, yeah, exactly, that is it.
Yeah,
that
you
is
can
it.
see the people even jumping down.
You know,
it was quite scary.
Yes, yes, it is indeed scary. I watched the video, and for me, it's the first thing that came to mind.
I always have like goosebumps when I see that part, like people actually jumping down.
I think the first thing that came to mind was what happened to the stairs, and then what happened to the different exit routes, you know, in the building. Don't tell me that the company decided that if something like this ever happens, the window is the best place to take. Is the first or the best place to take. So it was really disturbing to watch the video. It was really disturbing. I would always advise that companies include drills, fire drills, and it's not just about saying it or sending PDFs. Please stop sending fire PDFs, fire drill PDFs. It is important to have practice, you know, to practice these things in companies. If there's a fire in the building, this is how to use a fire extinguisher. Let everybody use these things. Then if there is, you know, a case where no one can pass the stairs or the elevators are not working, this is how to do it. And then people try it. You know, you try it. You don't just, I really don't know what happened there.
Okay, so basically, of course, Edgar, for people to actually decide to go through the window, it was probably obvious. It's pretty obvious that maybe the fire was affecting the area that is theirs, and literally made put the stairs out of use. Just putting it out there nicely, right?
Another option could be that.
I'm not taking another option from you. So I think what actually even caught my attention the most was, okay, fine. They said they reached out to firefighters and rescue responders, and they did actually respond. So now, okay, they did respond, but then again, we're still seeing people escape the building the way they did. So when they responded, what was their response, right? So I think for me, that is literally what I kept on pondering about. Okay, so fine, is it that they focused on putting out the fire, and then, because most times, I know there's several incidents that have happened in the past where the fire responders get to the building and then there is, they probably don't have water and all of that type of situation. Anyways, nothing was said about that. But then again, okay, fine. They went there, they responded, and then there was still fire. People still have to jump out the building, because I understand the fact that, I mean, firefighters are not just to fight the fire; they're also to help the people escape. So, I mean, so is it that the methods, that was the method, literally getting people to jump out of the building? And because I know they had to get, like, I think it got like a big, it looked like a bin bag from what I saw, like a floater and all of that, and they put it for people to jump down and everything. So I'm like, okay, what happened? I know there was also a part where a man actually jumped down, and I think he probably sustained some major injury. That's if he even made it, and all of that, because he jumped a wrong way or something like that. So I'm thinking, what happened to ladders? What happened to ropes? Why were we not seeing firefighters actually going up the building, literally making sure that people were actually safe, and then helping them down? It just seemed as if people, because I saw an interview of a guy, and he was talking about how he himself was just a passerby, but he even helped bring 2 people out of the building. Do you understand? So my point is, okay, fine, firefighters responded.
What was the response? And I think that, you know, a lot of firefighters or the firefighting service, there's a lot of work to be done, because sometimes maybe they don't even know the measures to go through, like what to do. I mean, and I like to use it with other countries. In other countries, you would see them actually save these people, even while maybe some parts of the team are trying to quench the fire. But here now, I'm
because
like,
that's the first thing. Human life needs to be preserved. So
before the building, and then we're seeing people having to jump down. A lot of people, had injuries. Some people were resuscitated. They did not have to go through that. Imagine waking up in the morning and you didn't know that there's a possibility that your life could actually end in fire. And then another thing is, a lot of things happen in Lagos Island. I think at this point, there needs to be a fire service in Lagos Island.
Yes, of course. Because the market always, we have stores literally gutted with fire. People lose their goods and things like that.
So there should be something that is stationed there.
Yes, of course. And then most times the response is usually slow. Because in the end of the day, it's not like anything, goods are not saved and all of that. So, now I think even, because fine, firefighters are even on their end, but then again, the bank itself, what are the measures being put in place? Do you understand? And to literally make sure that their employees are safe and things like that. So I just think these are the things that we need to actually speak about. And you as a human being as well, you need to also, there's certain things I guess you just need to
life skills.
Yeah, of course, life skills, basic things. But then again, in this case, what we
did you think your life skill was about
as the one we do actually to jump? Do you understand? So it's just, I just think it's really, really funny.
Because I think even the bank, we should have like ladders.
Yes,
right, long ladders that even if the firefighters do not come quickly, we have a security measure that we can use to save our
again,
staff.
it happened from the inverter rooms, just like you mentioned. Maybe where the ladders were, they couldn't just reach them. You never can tell where the fire is.
Does that make sense?
No, but
so
I think we should put it somewhere.
So just for instance, now you're saying, okay, fine, you have a house, you stop petrol there, then you put your safety, this thing inside there.
I'm saying maybe it was leading to where it was. You can never, fire is fire now.
But I'm like, see now, the ladder should be closer to the window. Is that better?
Yeah. It should be outside. It should be outside where, you know what, if we're going to the basement, grab it, we're grabbing it and tall enough for the building.
However, now I want to say something very controversial here. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but this happens every September.
Ember period.
Ember period. Have you guys noticed that every September in Nigeria, that market, there's always something somewhere that happens.
True.
Have you guys...
But I feel like there should be a lot of security precautions, for Lagos Island. And I think there's one in Tejuosho. I think there's a fire.
I think it's funny because look at the video we're watching. We're seeing people with their police uniform. They're just standing there. I don't see any sense of urgency, nothing. They're just there.
This life I can't kill myself.
They are not trained. They're not trained.
So even being trained aside, right? As a human being, there's a situation that is literally happening like this, where lives are actually in danger. As a human being, you should actually be more reactive.
Like the man you said who had gone in and saved two
literally
people.
saved people. And most times that's what happens. It seems as if the people literally designed to actually affect or rather help us in these situations are less responsive because probably they are used to it and they're just a less critical attitude towards it. While the citizens are the ones that actually go out and actually do the work. It's just,
it's sad.
It's a very sad situation. And then of course, sad. I think it also draws attention to the fact that, if you're you have a building or probably in your homes and all of that, please, you have an inverter system, right? Yeah. Of course, there are rooms that are more likely to probably go on fire just in case of anything. So also the building architecture is something that's also very important that needs to be considered with things like that. If you're putting, just as I used the earlier example, petrol, I know you shouldn't even be storing petrol in the first place. Yeah. You should probably do it in a room that probably is not, is not easily, I don't know how will I say it now.
The petrol can permeate out.
Yes, and then, inverters rooms probably like heated and all that.
Yeah. But so you need something that's cooling the
system. Then also put off all appliances when they're not in use. I think that's
I think this was in the middle of the day. Another thing I wanted to say, and because you spoke about the architecture, because you spoke about the architectural, thing of the building. Yes. How about their sprinklers? Think about
these
all
the things firefighters are meant to have.
Yeah. There are sprinklers in the building, so in case anything happens, smoke detectors, stuff like that. And I think that's important with all of our buildings right now. So the people who are actually signing it off to say, yes, you can go ahead and build, there should be certain things that, they need to make sure take off their checklist, to ensure that everything is safe for us.
Right. That is all that we can take on What's Up and About. But do not go anywhere. The show continues. We will be right back.